All right, let's try this again. Hey guys. Yeah, it's been a while. Hopefully, whatever has been bothering me this summer is clearing up, and hopefully I'll be back to getting videos out regularly. I have been working steadily. Excuse me. I just finished the most recent edit on Wanderer, so it's coming along. It's coming along. I'm getting the new parts blended in with what was already there, so hopefully it'll be one seamless story where you won't find yourself saying, why does this section sound like it was written at a different time than that section? Yeah, don't want that. It's coming in now at a little over 27,000 words, so it's a healthy size novella, and probably not going to see publication before next year, which is fine. I'd rather take the time, make sure that it's right, seeing as I can't afford a professional editor. Take my time, do it right, and make sure that it's as perfect as I can get it. I've also, now that that's finished, I've also gotten back into my first draft writing. Worked a bit for the last few days. I've worked a bit on the fast fading light. Worked a little bit today, earlier today, on an essence of dichotomy, and later today I'm going to try and work again on my soul to keep. That's what I'm going to try and be focusing on. That's the one that's closest to finishing. So I want to get that one done first, and then I'll just concentrate on getting the others finished. If you've seen my Facebook page or Instagram, actually any social media that I'm on, I have been talking about Raven and Stranger, the next two books, which are still available for ebook pre-order on both Amazon and Smashwords. I still haven't figured out why Amazon doesn't do pre-orders on paperbacks, but that's neither here nor there. The paperback will be available when the ebooks go live. That will be September 11th. And so I was at a little bit of a loss as to what to talk about today, and then I realized, why don't I talk about the two books that are coming up? Excuse me. All right, sorry about that. Robocalls. Where was I? Oh yeah, we're talking about Raven and Stranger. They're the two books coming up. Actually, it's next week. I think the 11th that they're coming out. Yeah, next Wednesday. So I was thinking, why don't I take a little time and talk about them? So they are both set in the late 22nd century, 2191 is when they're both set. Just making sure of that. Pulling up my timeline. Give me one moment. Yeah. Both Raven and Stranger are set in 2191. Stranger is set in April. Raven is set in June. So, and they both concern agents of Division 4 of EarthGov Security. right up until now, the only stories I've really worked on for EGS characters were for Division 5 with On a Cold Wind and the story Last Light from Campfire Stories, and the forthcoming Wanderer. But I wanted to try and expand out to some of the other divisions. Division 2 seemed the most logical. They function actually here on Earth and within the home system. I haven't decided exactly where the solar system ends. I don't know if even science knows where that is right now. But yeah, so if it's within the solar system as we know it, then EarthGov Security Division 2 takes care of it. So starting with the first one that's being published, it's Raven. Raven, at its base, is kidnapping. Two EarthGov security agents, Special Agent Maureen Rogers and her partner, Special Agent David Troy, are dispatched to handle the kidnapping of the grandchildren of a wealthy industrialist. And without going too much into spoiler territory, it turns out the kidnappers ends up being tied to a terrorist organization. You'll have to forgive me if I seem distracted. As of today, the 1st of September, we have a hurricane heading this way, and even though all the maps and charts and tracks that I've seen have it staying mostly offshore, it's a big storm, and even here in the central part of the state, we're going to get some wind and rain. And I'm a transplanted New Yorker. I don't do hurricanes even after 22 years. Anyway, these two EarthGov security agents are dispatched to take care of this kidnapping. And at first, they're trying to figure out what's going on because the kidnappers have not made a ransom demand. They have not. The only contact they've had with the kidnappers is a single note that was sent basically saying, hey, we've got the kids, we'll be in touch. And over the course of the story, their investigation leads them to the realization that it's actually part of a terrorist plot to get their hands on some technology. But along the way, I don't know if you can hear her. That's my cat. Apparently she doesn't like hurricanes either. Along the way, David starts realizing that Maureen is keeping secrets from him. There's something that she's not telling him, but he has no idea what, and he can't figure out why she might be keeping secrets. It's actually that's kind of what the story is really about. Trying to keep my cat from jumping on my desk. Don't. No. Go lay down somewhere. And they've been partners for 5 years, and it's kind of upsetting to David. It's like why is my partner keeping secrets from me? But it's a pretty deep secret. And as I was saying, that's actually what the story is about. The kidnapping is more of a MacGuffin. A MacGuffin, for those of you who don't know, is what is the story what you think the story is about. For example, in Psycho, for example, you think it's Janet Leigh stealing the money, and then of course Janet Leigh is killed, and then you find out the story is actually about Norman Bates. So the story is about David solving the kidnapping and finding out what it is his partner is keeping from him, and it is rather a shocking surprise. Stranger, which is the second story, it's a little bit of background. In the late, up until about 2191, the only division of EarthGov security to employ enhanced humans is Division 5. An enhanced human is a genetically engineered human. They're born in batches of 50. About 20 batches a year are born, so there are 1,000 a year are being born. And they're designed to be stronger, faster, sharper senses, and essentially they are, for all intents and purposes, a slave race created by humanity. Half of those born are granted free person status, and just free citizens, and the rest are owned, although they can be granted their freedom down the road. There is a great deal of prejudice against them, and maybe in a future video I'll actually talk about my enhanced humans separately, because they do pop up a lot. Anyway, in EarthGov security, the only division that anyone is certain of has employed enhanced humans is Division 5. There's rumors about Division 4, but since Division 4 is so secretive, no one is completely sure of that. But because of some things that happen in 2190, which I can't go into because that would be a spoiler for a future story, 2 future stories actually. The EarthGov president files an executive order requiring all branches of EarthGov security to employ enhanced humans. And this story takes place after that, in like I said, in April of 2191. Our main character, probationary agent Denise Bell, is just out of the academy. She's been recruited into Division 2. Now, some things happen involving her and her batch sister, one of her batch sisters. She thinks that her batch sister was working in the research and development division of the Waller Corporation, which is the major arms manufacturer in the home system. They make weapons for EarthGov security, military, law enforcement, you name it. They make the armaments for it. And she gets an anonymous call. She gets a call from her sister saying, "Hey, something's going on. I need your help." And so she is sent on an undercover assignment that she is in no way ready for. This is her first assignment, so she has to infiltrate a terrorist camp and find out what is going on, what their target is, what is it her sister found, and get herself and her sister back out again. Along the way, she makes some discoveries about her sister and that her sister has been keeping secrets from her. And I think it actually turned out very well, showing her dealing with some really shocking circumstances. There are some killings that are blamed on her, yeah, I like the way both stories turned out. I think they did very well. They do very well as stories. I think they're very good reads, and hopefully everyone will enjoy them. So I'm going to wrap this up, because in case you haven't noticed, I'm starting to stammer and drag a little bit. So I'm going to bring this to an end. Hopefully the hurricane will stay offshore and we won't get hit too badly. Remember, Raven and Stranger are both available for pre-order. I'll have the links down below. Smashwords and Amazon. The paperbacks will be available once the ebooks go live. I hope to get them done that day, but I'm working that day, so it's going to be later in the night, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully it won't be too long. And if you see, I'll have a link down there to my website also if you want to check out any of the other books. Again, they're all available on in ebooks and paperback. If you do buy any of the books, please thank you in advance, and please leave a review, good, bad, or indifferent. It all helps. And so yeah, remember, we are each of us the heroes of our own stories and the villains of someone else's. Hopefully see you next week, guys. Bye.